Welcome back to Makeover Houston. Sarah and her family have proven to have an undying commitment to each other. Sarah's story continues as she travels to the mountains of Provo, Utah in search of an answer to a 9-year mystery that is yet to be solved.
We are in agreement with you that you are healed from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet.
Soon after we first met Sarah, her friends had a fundraiser for her, and it was one of the most incredible things that you have ever seen. They raised over $5,000 for Sarah, and people really, really took the time to let Sarah know how special she was to them.
So many people don't get to hear how people feel about them, and they don't get to see that kind of support, because most of the time people say those things at people's funerals.
You know, sometimes God give us things to do or to have or a trial in our lives. She never complains. Sarah never complains. She wake up hurting, but she is not a complainer.
What do you do when you are sick and no one can figure out why? Well, one of Sarah's stances as far as her condition was concerned is that she wasn't going to, without proper knowledge, do anything that could add to her problem. And Sarah really felt like that the medications that were being prescribed to her by the doctors, they were to treat symptoms of something that she didn't know what she had. So she made a very difficult decision to not take the medication.
Usually, what you take it for is it counteracts other things in your body. It affects other things in your system, and it's poison. And so the number one reason why I refuse to take it is because there was, and there is, no diagnosis. So what am I taking it for? And then when you read all the warning signs on the label, it could cause heart disease and, heart palpitation and this and that. And, why would I allow something like that to go into my system?
After years of suffering from her illness and still having no definitive diagnosis of her problem, Sarah decided to focus on the process of natural healing and homeopathic medicine. Her quest led her to the Young Life Research Clinic nestled in the mountains of Provo, Utah.
Here's a clinic that's designed around the prospect of people being able to empower themselves, change their life. We've got a medical staff, we've got supportive staff, all the adjunctive things you might want to think of needing in a place like this to enable people to overcome various circumstances, some of them very treacherous, critical circumstances, stage 4 cancer and other things. Some people just wanting to come to change the prospect of their life. How do I be well? How do I prevent those things? And we're very focused in that prospect for each of them, regardless of why they're here, of educating, empowering, and teaching them the things they need to do.
As a patient of the Young Life Clinic, Sarah underwent a strict regimen of testing, therapies, and treatments, all focused on bringing her body to its optimal state of health and healing.
Nutrition is, at its core, one of the most important things you can do. It doesn't matter if, say, for example, somebody has diabetes and you don't make the dietary changes, and there's power in this. Let me just offer this suggestion. Over 90%, it's estimated, of people who are diabetics, who are insulin dependent, could become free from that burden through proper nutrition and exercise. I think nutrition is one of the most vital components there is. It's integrated not only into what we do, but it's one of the things that we feel the need to educate people in. What is proper nutrition? I don't think you can sidestep it. I don't think you can ignore it. I don't think it's proper to believe that I can eat whatever I want, I can drink whatever I want, and that's not going to have a consequence to my health. It is. It is. How it affects me is going to be different than how it affects you. So the secret is to learn individually what it is you need to do to offer protection.
So much to learn. So much to learn about the body and how it works and how we can be pro-choice in our health, in our well-being. I assume 100% personal responsibility for my own health. And I know that I have to do the work. And it's hard work, but I'm willing to do it.
There's something about Sarah in particular that she just has a strength about her core. Out of all the people that I see, I wouldn't even guess how many people I've spoke with or lectured to or communicated with in various capacities. Out of all of those people, there are few that stand out in my mind that say, above all the odds, all the other circumstance, regardless of what anybody tells me, regardless of what medicine says, regardless of what the prospect of the outcome is for me medically, physically, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to make the commitment. And personally, when I find people like that, when I sense that in them, like I do Sarah, I'm willing to say that personally, and my commitment to her has been that personally, I will do all that I can to help her succeed.
Sarah finally saw some light at the end of the tunnel by being at this clinic.
You know, do I have days where I just feel like I cannot go on another day in this situation? Yes, but I know it's for a bigger and a higher purpose, and I'm willing to accept the challenge.